I'm right in saying we can talk to the Councillor Chris Irvine, who we saw just a moment ago at that council by-election. Let me see if yes, there he is, Councillor Irvine. Just to get your narrative right, you were a Conservative councillor, you resigned and fought the seat again as a UKIP member, is that correct?
That is correct, yes. I was a Conservative councillor for 3.5 years, representing Peninsula Ward, and I grew quite unhappy with the way the Conservative Party was going. But the tipping point for me was Lodge Hill. When that planning application was granted, I felt I had no option but to resign my seat and force a referendum on Lodge Hill. And the people of the Hood Peninsula have now delivered their verdict this evening.
And you were fighting to oppose the planning permission to be given to build the homes in this area, is that right? I think maybe up to 5,000 homes are to be designated.
Absolutely. This site was identified as a site of special scientific interest in 2013. It is an incredibly wonderful bird sanctuary, and for the council to then make a decision that they were going to green light it and somehow make these nightingales travel 14 miles north of the Thames estuary was just, for me, completely unacceptable. But they completely ignored the wishes of the residents whom I was elected to represent as a Conservative. And I felt that the only thing I could do was to resign my seat to give a referendum to people, and they've had their say now.
You must have been encouraged when Mr. Reckless, who had previously supported this development, changed his mind and backed you.
No, absolutely. I would say Mark did not wholly actually support this development. He was very clear that once that site of special scientific interest was in place and it wasn't challenged by the council, as far as he was concerned, that was the end of the story. He had to actually listen to the residents who were actually opposing the development.
But he was in favour of the development, was he? Because I mean, we've got lots of quotes from him where he says that 12,000 people and 5,000 jobs, 12 homes for 12,000 people and 5,000 jobs were more important than 84 nightingales.
No, at no point was Mark actually in favour of Lodge Hill. What he did try to do was actually put the case forward on behalf of Medway Council, who were pushing for Lodge Hill. That's what he was doing as a Conservative MP. When it became clear that this was a site of special scientific interest and that wasn't challenged by the council, Mark went away, he listened to the residents, and he decided he couldn't support it any longer.
But he did support it at one stage, yeah?
No, absolutely not. No. What Mark's position was, he was actually trying to help the council. There was a problem between the two government departments who were actually promoting this, which was the Ministry of Defence, and we had Natural England. Now, Mark's argument was you can't have one government body overruling another government body. There was nothing joined up about this decision, and that was the actual argument that Mark was making with regards to Lodge Hill.
All right, but if he was arguing the case for the council that he himself didn't believe in, why would he do that?
Well, in all true honesty, Andrew, I don't really want to get drawn into a long, drawn-out discussion with regards to Mark Reckless.
Right.
What I would like to say is the people of the Hood Peninsula have had their say on this.
All right, let me ask you this then.
They've said no.
Okay, I got that, and you won, and by a comfortable majority too. I think Mr. Reckless will be happy to win by your scale tonight. But there is a housing shortage in the area. Where should the houses be built?
I think actually what we need to be doing is actually building a better Medway, not just a bigger Medway. We simply cannot keep building on all of the greenfield sites which we have in the area, but particularly not on a site of triple SI. If we actually build on this, all planning goes out the window because you're driving coach and horses through the National Planning Policy Framework by doing this. If this gets built, everywhere is open to development, and that's why I decided to oppose it.
And I understand that. I'm not arguing with you about that, but you will know as well as I do that people need homes, and that we have a growing population, particularly in London and the southeast area, and they have to live somewhere. So if not in your area, and the people have spoken there, I'm not arguing about that, I'm not clear where the people are going to live who need homes.
Well, I think we've got huge areas of this country which I believe could be developed, and it would actually be acceptable to develop those areas. It's not for me to say where that is. What my job was, to stand up for the residents whom I was elected to represent, and that's what I've done.
All right, well, the Nightingales will be singing in Berkeley Square tonight with your victory.
Hopefully so. Thank you.